One more in racket, one more in racket. Come on, come on. Push, 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 push. Good, rack. Easy way, good. Right.
For 25 pounds.
Great.
Like that's my warm up, but it felt like max weight.
Unrack, sit back, press.
Go for it.
Right?
Yep.
Because like, where are you gonna fail? Not here. You're gonna be like, then I'm like, Johnny, please get down. I'm like,
Yeah.
Right? So we're gonna basically like adjust the seat close enough to give you the ability to kind of like basically unrack it like you do in front squat, right?
Yep.
Through here, right? And we're already in that, like say if we're standing doing overhead press anyway, we already be in that position here too, right? If I wanted to, I can go from here and do my set there.
Yep.
So we're gonna basically get ourselves here, we can sit back, right? Adjust yourself a bit, and from here, we can press, right? Now, I don't know how you do these, but for me, it basically ends up being like a really high incline. So think of that when you're pressing. So just get in here and just kind of just go through the motions.
Now,
Right?
should I be close grip or?
Well, so we're gonna just adjust this way, because like whatever you've been doing, we're gonna see what you're doing and then see how we can optimize what you've been doing, right? If it has rhyme and reason, we're gonna continue to do it. But if it's like I'm just doing it for whatever reason, right? Okay, cool. So you're definitely gonna use the back, right? Okay, so that's good. I like this. Lat pull downs, people are like, the wider you are, the better. It's like, well, actually not really, because the wider you are, the range of motion is shortened. Rather than the elbow having to travel from here to here, it's the same as like a press. It's the opposite movement of a pull down, right? This is the same as this. It just the load changes in terms of the concentric, right? So you don't have to be super wide, but as long as you're like in a nice spot where, you know, when you're pressing, you have good range of motion through and control and say them load, perfect. So just do it again.
So this is fine?
Yeah. Go in there, get close, yeah. So when you're coming up to unrack that bar, get underneath it, like tight from here, tight, tight. Now push from the ground, push from the butt, push right up, good. 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 And we want to think also stacking the joints. So this is good. Making sure your wrist, fist, wrist, and elbow are underneath. Now I like this, but like what I don't like is how much is not sitting on this part as well, right?
So should I switch grip?
No, the grip's not bad. Like I would rather you wrap your thumb, but more so like put it down for a sec. It's where your hand is. So if you think of like the strongest part of your hand, in terms of like where it aligns with your wrist, you're thinking like pressing like in here, like across this part here.
Yep.
If it starts to creep down here, then we're just like pressing on like, you know, your wrist joint, just doing this, right? So you're thinking like being at like right here, that way, right? Now I'd rather have you do this because it gets easier to do this way.
Yep.
Plus if you drop it, it's gonna just fall out of your fingers.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah, because like the suicide grip like this with the thumb under, like if it's closer in between, it feels more comfortable, but like, yeah, if I'm here, I'd rather have the thumb over.
And it's a slight little bit of like I think it's the same way you're doing this, but not as much.
Okay.
Like you want that to be like strong, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Good. 6, good. 7, good. Good, racket. Just put some weight on. So let's go, so what are you normally pressing for reps when you do this? Weight-wise?
345s on both sides.
Yeah, right?
No.
Let's do this. You know, 10 minimum rep range, and you should be able to do like 12. We're gonna use these guys.
No, I don't need that. I'm not gonna have janky. I don't care.
There you go. Good. I want a good change of direction. Don't bounce to the bottom. See that little bit of bounce? I'll think like an elevator ride, right? Yeah. Bring the elevator down to the ground, first floor, and pull it back up. There you go. First floor, push. That's it. Control 11, pull. Good, good. Good, right? Whatever exercise you start off with is gonna set the tone the rest of your exercise.
I start with this usually.
Right, exactly,
Yeah.
right? So we have to take in mind that this isn't the first, this is the second thing we're doing, right? So anything after that is still maximum effort, but again, finding the weight that will still load that muscle primarily, right? When you're doing these, we wanna have a good like change of direction. So from here, it's pushing up, right, and then down.
Yeah.
Right? And it's that little bit that'll make the biggest difference, right? Because we're getting the muscle to actually stretch. Most people do. They kind of jump and do this. And they miss that stretch and then that stretch flex, that, you know, that fling will get up by controlling it. So we want to stretch that muscle and boom. Then we can have more speed and power going through rather than almost like turning off for a second and then catching and delaying and then reacting. And that's when you get like shoulder pinch and stuff, when you're just kind of jarring a little bit.
So it's not, the negative isn't as important, it's just control the whole time?
The negative is important, right? But we don't have to push it as much, more so than like controlling the weight down and then bring it down to its full range of motion and then pushing from there, right? If you do 20 reps, I'm not expecting you to have a 3-second negative, not a chance. Okay. If you're gonna do like 12 reps, probably like a 2-second negative, right? Well, I'm looking at more control, right? The entire set itself is gonna take, you know, a good amount of time regardless. So do it again, right? That first set counts, right? For sure it does, right? So now I want you to make the set harder, right? From floor to core, right from the ground. There you go. Control down, feel it, squeeze up. There you go. Good. Keep his feet planted on the ground, push from the ground. That's it, come on. That's it, good. 2 more, 2 more. Push, push, good. 1 more, down and up, you got it. Control, control. Push, 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 good. Rack it. Right, so now we just do this again and then just make it better and better. The better the set is, the harder it will feel, but the more efficient it's gonna be, right? Those last like 2 reps, you lost like a little bit of that range of motion, right? And that's getting to the point where you're just thinking about getting the set over with, more so than like, I wanna make sure that I'm getting down and up the same place every single time.
So if you're working out alone and you don't have a spotter though, is it better to do like towards the last reps to swing like that, or just
like a little like
give it a little boost and the elastic thing we're talking about?
Oh no, so go like no, because like so put it this way, like if you can't get up, you can't get it up. So if you get down all the way to here, you lower it down like you've been lowering it down. Like let's put it this way, if you have like 10 reps and you've been lowering it at the same tempo in a sense that you just can't get it up, great, you did the part of the rep that we need anyway. Right? It's not that important that we sit there and we try to jam this weight up to get that next set, because eventually you won't be able to regardless. If you can't sustain the negative, there's no way you're getting the concentric up.
So keep going all the way down, but don't go like halfway and
no, just get down, control, then try to get up. Oh, I can't get up, cool, rack it. I want you to really focus on like every set, every rep you do, that you continue to make sure that it starts and finishes the same place from the first rep to the last rep. If you can't get it up at the bottom, that's the same bottom it was at the first rep, right? I don't want to see this thing here as your lowest part of the rep and then it ends up being like here, right? Think of it this way, you're doing a chin-up. You're pulling it down, you're pushing it up. You're pulling it down, you're pushing it up. And you don't have to pause as much at the bottom as well too. So don't think they could sit here and pause, more so than getting here and up, right? It's a stretch, push, more so than a stop, press. Push, 8, good. 1 more and rack it, 1 more and rack it. Come on, come on. Push, 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 push. Good, rack. Easy way, good. Right. And you know, like after that 9th rep, there's no way you're getting that next one up. Right, you knew that, right? So, right, and that's what's the big part of like being like mindful when you're training yourself, right? Knowing your own body cues of when you're coming to that end of your rep, of your set. Like you know, like there's no way I'm getting that up, but you also have to know what one to go for as well too, right? You could have stopped at 8, but you definitely had 9.
Yeah.
You definitely did not have 10.
No.
Right? And you're gassed.
Yeah.
You're right?
Oh my gosh. That was the last set?
Yeah, that's it, man. Imagine 1 more set, man.
No.
No.
That's crazy, man. Like, for 25 pounds.
Right.
Like, that's my warm-up, but it felt like max weight.
Yeah. Right, like and that's the thing. It's optimizing your training so it's more efficient. I can push a bunch of weight too, right? People are surprised when I go in the gym and they see me curl like 35 pounds. It's like I want to curl them. I can definitely swing 80.
Yeah.
That's like great. That doesn't do anything for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys use any of those cues, let us know in the comment section below. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share And you guys know how it is. Iron sharpens iron, progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing.
Huh?
Keep dream chasing.
Keep dream chasing.
Keep dream chasing.
Keep dream chasing.